I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm watching TV. I'm looking at you. You. I'm dead again. I'm up. I can run faster than the around the house.
Today, I want to share with you the most important lesson I've learned in terms of masculinity and femininity. What does it mean to be an attractive man who's in his masculine? And what does it mean to hold a woman in her femininity? Okay, so this was something I learned after like my pickup journey. So I won't say you need to know this to be able to get a date with a girl or be able to start dating a woman. But once I was taught this concept, like, you know, when pieces of the jigsaw puzzle just go ka-chink and it feels like something really clicks, that's what happened when I got taught this concept. And it was by one of my mentors, Pani, who I mention a lot. I learned so many cool things from man, woman relating with him. But one of the most powerful lessons I learned was literally from this image of a circle and a dot in the middle. And he went on to explain how this circle and this dot represents form and the other represents chaos. The circle on the outer end represents form. The dot in the middle, which is not actually fixed, it moves around, that represents chaos. And how the masculine represents more of the form and the feminine represents more of the chaos. This also helped me understand because I learned like technical game, like, okay, what do you say in these techniques and all of these stuff to seduce women? But you could get 10 guys in a room and you could teach them all the same thing. They go out and say that, they get wildly different results. And there's many factors that go into it. But one of the most important ones is this: how much does that man hold form when he's interacting with a woman versus how much does he go into his chaos? So let's take a very practical example, like approaching. Say your opener is like a direct opener. Hi there, I saw you and I thought you were cute. Like one guy does it from a place of form. That's like, hi there, I was just walking past, I saw you and I had to say you look very cute. Calm, grounded, contained. Form. The next guy goes up, he's crapping his pants because it's the first approach he's ever done. Hi there, I was just walking past and I saw you and I had to say you look very nice. They're saying the same thing, but what is the energy they are embodying in those moments? This happens also when you're like escalating with the girl, when things are turning sexual, you want to go for the kiss. One guy like going for the kiss is just no big deal. He's like, wow, you have very kissable lips. And he just leans and does it. The other guy's like, you have very kissable lips. Same thing on the surface, different energy. The one guy's in chaos. He's always doubting. Oh, this happens over text as well. Like send a text and the guy's like, oh, that was a stupid text. Oh, she didn't respond. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have sent that. It's like he goes into chaos even over texting, where the one guy will like send a message and be like, cool, and he'll just go on with his day. He holds form, not just when there's a woman in front of him, but in many other areas of his life. So that's an inquiry I'd like to ask you. Do you hold form in your dynamics with women, or do you tend to go into chaos? This will often come up in the phenomenon known as shit tests, where women will throw something at you to try and knock you off your guard. But on an energetic level, she's trying to see if you hold form. Like you say to her something like, oh, you look very beautiful tonight. She's like, oh my gosh, is that your pickup line? And then in that moment, you're like, no, I didn't mean it like that. You're actually very pretty. No matter what you say there, it's like you went into chaos. She knocked you out of your form, so to speak, versus if you just, whatever she says, oh yeah, my mom actually taught me that pickup line, seeing if it works tonight. Again, the words only matter so much, but it's just like, I'm unfazed. We call this like being unflappable. But this takes actual emotional maturity and emotional work. It's not a technique, like the 3 steps to be unflappable. Like you got to heal your trauma, like do your shadow work, like integrate your emotional experiences. And most guys aren't willing to do that work. They just want the quick fix. Like, yeah, I'll do that later. Like, give me the line. And cool, if that's your short-term strategy, fine. But also have a long-term game plan in terms of working on yourself and making sure you are that man, not just presenting yourself to be that man. So let's watch this 9-second clip one more, and I want to share one more lesson from the woman's perspective on this. How you can DHV, how you can stand out from other people, other men.
I'm alive. I'm dead. I'm watching TV. I'm looking at you. You. I'm dead again. I'm up. I can run faster than a around the house.
So in the game or pickup community, there's a term known as DHVing, like demonstrating higher value. And the ways most guys think about it, it's normally some like story. So they'll be like, okay, if you're like traveled a lot, if you're successful, if you've got a lot of cool friends, if you've got pre-selection, other girls want you, these are all like attraction triggers. So then guys will like try to tell a story like, yeah, I was traveling through Europe with my ex-girlfriend and blah, 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 this happened. All well and good. You've got cool stories, share them. Nothing wrong with that. Those are awesome. But when we talk about demonstrating value, well, in this little clip, you can see girls go on much more of an emotional roller coaster than men do. Like that guy's just doing the same consistent thing where the girl has a lot more ups and downs. I see this in my relationship with my fiance. I'm pretty grounded month after month. With every now and then something will go a bit up and down, but much more consistent with her cycle. It's like one day she's like up, next day she's down. It's just like a very chaotic, you know? So one of the gifts, one of the value points that the masculine brings to the feminine is that form, is that containment. So when she's all in her chaos, you can help ground her. You can help bring her back to a place of sanity where you'll see a picture of her and she's just lying in your arms and she just feels like, you're taking me away from too much chaos that's overwhelming to the system, and you're helping to ground and calm me. But the trick with that is, again, there's no technique. Like the 3 steps to ground the girl, it's like you have to be grounded first. It's given through osmosis, which means I have to embody it and then I can give it to you. You can't give something you don't already have. So whether you're in a relationship or even in the dating game, are you the form to that woman's chaos? This can come up even in situations in your life. So 2 weeks ago in our house here in Bali, my girl comes in the room and she screams, why? There's a big spider. So what in that moment, that spider represents chaos. It represents something that is disturbing the environment. So if I can remove that chaos by taking a broom and catching the spider in a jar and throwing it outside, I've made her world, her life, her reality more coherent. So this plays out on many different levels. But if you don't understand this idea of form and chaos and what your primary role is as the man, being in your masculine, it's like you're running around fixing and trying to solve these little problems that don't even matter that much. Where this thing is like one of the pillars of masculinity that most guys are just paying absolute zero attention to. And I don't want you to be that guy. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you get notified when these videos drop. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.